If you're interested in all things life of tech sales, you've come to the right place. I work at one of the best software companies in the world as an account executive and have 6 years of experience in the tech industry. Long story short, being an account executive is pretty hard, but it's the reason why we can make between 135K and 225K a year on average. And I believe being an account executive is one of the absolute best jobs you can have to get ahead. I'm going to talk about the factors I find the hardest about being an account executive and then share the key to unlock all of these challenges to make your day-to-day life just a little bit less hard. Hit the like button now if you're excited. Let's get started. The first challenge that comes to mind is that there is a metaphorical gun to your head at all times. Being an account executive, working in software sales, it is a performance-based career, and that's what makes it beautiful and exciting and so much fun, and not everyone can do it because the results are all that matter. The results are binary. Either you hit quota or you fail to hit quota. Your results are tangible, meaning they are easily measured. Your company will say, generate $100,000 in revenue this quarter, that is your quota. At the end of the quarter, we will be able to look and say, how much revenue did you generate this quarter? Based on that, you're able to get paid extra money. So you do control your activity. You can decide, I'm gonna work harder because this will increase my likelihood of hitting my quota and being able to make more money. I think most people would sign up for that challenge. If I know I can work harder, if I know I put in a little bit of extra time, effort, and activity, then I'm going to be compensated and rewarded for that. That is the beautiful opportunity that's presented to us working in software sales. Most people don't want that pressure. Most people don't want to be accountable or fully responsible for what they do. And that's why not everyone can do it. And that's why most people find it really hard, because if you do not perform, then what happens? You are eliminated. You don't just get to stay around because you're liked or you like what you're doing. At the end of the quarter, the people who don't perform are going to be put on a performance plan. And then if they do not figure it out by being on the plan and improve the results, then they're going to kindly be asked to leave the organization because it's not a good fit for them. And if you're not okay with that reality, then it's going to be really hard to face the reality of starting at zero each and every quarter. I like to say with one of my friends who's an account executive, we're allergic to the red, because at the start of each quarter, you are in the red as far as your performance, and then you need to go achieve and perform, and you can work harder than anyone else. You can put in 80 hours a week, and you can still fail to hit your quota, and you need to be okay with that. I heard a stat that the NBA, the basketball league, there's about 400 players, and then at the start of each new year, the bottom 100 basically are kicked out of the league, and then there's a new 100. So no matter how good you are, no matter how great your season was last year, you are competing for your spot right now and in the future. So you can never get complacent, and there's always urgency to perform. It's never good enough, and that's the biggest challenge, I would say, working as an account executive. It's a performance-based career, and results really matter, and it never stops. You can never turn off. The next challenge I would say that comes to mind is that there's a lot of responsibility on your plate. So for example, you need to generate revenue to hit your quota each quarter. How do you do that? You have to generate pipeline. You got to work your deals. You got to constantly be improving and developing yourself. But your company will have inherent limitations. Maybe you need to own a lot of the onboarding process with your customers. So you do all this work to find the deal and sell the deal, and then you think, whew, I get paid quota now. Nope, not quite. You got to deliver the customer and exceed their expectations. And then you think, oh, great, now I get paid. No. Once you set up the program, then they're going to have problems. They're going to need support. Since they're paying tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars to your company, they are going to expect when they email you with a problem, even if it's a menial problem that could easily be solved by searching an article online, they're going to be frustrated, and they're going to expect personal service because they're spending so much money that they deserve that. So you as an account executive, even though you're not necessarily compensated for, let me deliver exceptional customer service, or let me onboard them as fast as possible, or let me make sure internally I gotta keep up this internal brand and make sure everyone likes me or whatever. There's all these parts about the job that you are not directly compensated for, and that there's not a direct incentive for, but that you still will need to be able to do to maintain that high performance culture and deliver and meet your expectations. And the reason I share this is because the challenge I think a lot of reps face, including myself at times, is you want to make an excuse. You want to say, it's not fair, let me go somewhere where it's easier. That other company, they have so much more inbounds, or they got more customer success, implementation resources, it'll be so much easier over there. The reality is, as someone who has worked at 2 leading software companies, every company is screwed up. Some companies are just less screwed up than others. A lot of people like to think the United States, it's on the decline, it's so messed up. But the reality is the United States relative to other countries is significantly less screwed up, and it's still the best. It's still the place everyone wants to be. So your company today, no matter how screwed up it is, no matter how many excuses you want to make, you cannot make an excuse, because the excuses are what holds you back. It's like a mental illness. You cannot think like this, and it's very dangerous to assume a victim mentality. I take responsibility for everything. I am accountable to my results, and I focus on what I can control, not what I can't control. I focus on what I have, not what I don't have. I focus on the moment, the day ahead of me right now, versus not what I can have. And I'll share one tangible story. We just had our QBRs, quarterly business reviews, and we were asked, present feedback you have for the business. And of course, there's loads of feedback how we can improve the business. But I said, you know what? I don't really have any feedback. I'm grateful to be here. This is an amazing opportunity. The product's amazing. The company's amazing. The opportunity is amazing. Relative to what I have experienced elsewhere, this place is incredible, and I'm grateful for that. So take a look in the mirror and find what you can be grateful for and stop making excuses. The next challenge being an account executive, I'd say, is that it's constant learning. And if you are not willing to constantly sharpen the saw and keep up with the trends, keep up with the product updates, keep up with the competitor product updates, keep up with the market, the industry, then you are going to get left behind in the dust. The pace of innovation right now, especially with AI and the speed at which developments can be deployed, is mind-blowing. I find myself sitting here 4 months into my new role, and things are totally different than they were when I first started. That excites me, and I feel like that is an opportunity for me to get ahead and be more successful, is because I've got my notepad next to me, I'm writing down what I need to know, and anytime I'm confronted with something I don't need to know, I got to make a note. Let me go find the answer. Let me be more valuable to the environment around me, and that will help enable my success and push me forward. So most people view this as a major challenge because they get stagnant, they have some success, they get complacent, and they stop learning. And as soon as you stop learning, that's when you start falling behind, and it becomes this doom cycle where it's then impossible to then figure things out, and then you find yourself on the street, on the couch, looking for your next opportunity. Those are the 3 challenges that I would say come to mind being an account executive. And I'd say maybe the last one, which is it's a challenge and an opportunity, but in most cases, you are in a highly competitive environment. You're not directly competing against your teammates and your peers, but the company wants you to know that, hey, everyone's stack ranked, we care about your performance, we are looking at everyone from the top to the bottom. And this can be a challenge because you start to compare yourself to other people, different trajectories. Oh, they're younger than me, but they're ahead in their career than me, or they're more liked, or they get more inbounds. And then it fuels these excuses, and then you're spending less time on development. So I think it's a challenge to compare yourself to other people, but it creates an opportunity to say, that proves what's possible. They closed a multi-6-figure deal. That's amazing. They're selling the same product I'm selling. What can I learn from them? How can I get better because of this? And if anything, it proves the art of the possible, and it actually gets me excited and motivated to see other people being successful, because I think I want to be successful too. And I'm glad I'm at a place that we all value success and there's highly competent, motivated people, because I'd rather be in an environment where performance and there's a high standard than an environment where people are losing and there's not that standard, because that's a dark place to be. And I've seen that before, and you don't want to be there. The key to unlock all of these challenges, in my view, and make things less hard is to recognize that all of the magic you're looking for is in the work you're avoiding. the most important role right now you've ever had in your life is the thing you're doing right now. It's a profound thought to realize I'm in the most important role I've ever been in my life. And as soon as you start to think, well, in the past, that's when I really was doing my best work, or in the future, maybe I'll be ready and I'll feel ready to do my best work, none of that matters. That's all an illusion. The only thing that matters is the work, the role right in front of you. That is the reward. That is the purpose. That is the opportunity. It is the work right in front of you. And only by mastering the role right in front of you is when you will progress and be ready to advance. As a sales development rep, working in tech sales, the entry-level role, yeah, everyone wants to be an account executive. But unless you're consistently hitting and exceeding your quota as an SDR, then you don't deserve to promote. Even if you have hit the metrics on paper, as an account executive, I want to become a senior account executive. And then I want to become an enterprise account executive and make more money and more responsibility and social hierarchy stuff, whatever. None of that stuff matters. All that matters is the work right in front of me, and I need to hit my quota every single quarter, right now. The quota right now, Q4. And the rewards I will receive and the recognition and the results are all what I do in my free time and how I'm thinking, and it's stuff nobody will see, and it's the boring stuff. It's not sexy, it's not fun, it's making your cold calls, it's logging on your computer early, it's doing the prospecting, it's prepping for the meetings, it's listening to other people's calls, it's writing down notes and studying, it's doing the things that other people don't want to do. That's everything. That will unlock the challenges, that will make your day-to-day life less hard by avoiding resistance and doing the work right in front of you. If you enjoyed today's video, I'd appreciate if you could subscribe to the channel because it would really help. We're on the road to 50,000 subscribers by the end of 2024. Let's hit quota, let's get these numbers up, and I'll talk to you in the next video.